Bet you never heard this story about the Titanic. The Titanic, a name synonymous with both luxury and tragedy. This massive luxury ocean liner, a marvel of engineering at the time, was heading out of Southampton on its maiden voyage to New York with over 2,000 passengers and crew on board. Full of hope and anticipation, they embarked on a journey across the vast Atlantic, unaware of the dark fate that awaited them. I'll spare you the details for now. You know how it all went down. The icy depths swallowed the dreams of many on that fateful night. But amidst the wreckage and the countless stories of bravery and loss, a question lingers. Was the Titanic merely a victim of unfortunate circumstances, or was there something more at play? Since there were a lot of things that went wrong during its short lifespan, some couldn't help but wonder. Was it really bad luck, or was there some mysterious force behind the ruckus? As the Titanic embarked on its maiden voyage, excitement filled the air. But this excitement was soon replaced with a collective gasp of horror. As the massive liner edged its way out of the Southampton docks, an almost unthinkable event unfolded. The SS New York, a smaller vessel, was moored nearby. The Titanic's propellers snapped the mooring ropes of the SS New York, sending it drifting. A collision seemed imminent. Imagine the panic on board both vessels. One can only imagine the thoughts racing through the minds of those on board. Fortunately, disaster was averted. Quick thinking by the harbor pilots and tugboats managed to pull the Titanic clear. The SS New York was left bobbing in the harbor. This near miss left some uneasy. Was it a simple error or a sign, a warning whispered on the wind? Could this have been an early indication of the tragic fate that awaited the unsinkable ship? The Titanic, a symbol of opulence and grandeur, also housed a hidden inferno within its belly. Deep within the ship's bowels, in the cavernous coal bunkers, a fire raged. This wasn't a mere flicker but a persistent blaze that had ignited even before the Titanic left the shipyard in Belfast. Imagine the seamen toiling in the intense heat, desperately trying to contain the blaze, the air thick with smoke and the stench of burning coal. This fire, hidden from the passengers' view, burned relentlessly for weeks, fueled by tons of coal. The reasons behind the fire remain shrouded in speculation, but one theory suggests spontaneous combustion, a common hazard in coal storage areas. Whatever the cause, the fire presented a significant danger, weakening the steel structure of the ship's hull. Evidence of this inferno can be seen in photographs taken before the Titanic's departure, showing a dark discoloration along the starboard side of the hull, right where the fire is believed to have raged. Could this fire, burning unchecked in the ship's core, have weakened the hull, making it more susceptible to damage from the fateful iceberg? The thought is a chilling one, adding another layer of tragedy to the Titanic story. The fire, a hidden menace, serves as a stark reminder that even the grandest creations are vulnerable to the forces of nature. Whispers of a curse, of an ancient Egyptian mummy traveling aboard the Titanic, have long been a part of the ship's legend. Some believe that the presence of this mummy, a priestess from a bygone era, angered the gods and brought misfortune upon the unsinkable ship. The mummy in question, known as the Unlucky Mummy, was said to be housed in a beautifully crafted wooden sarcophagus. Legend has it that the mummy was being transported to a museum in America, its journey coinciding with the Titanic's maiden voyage. While there is no official record of the mummy's existence on the ship's manifest, eyewitness accounts from survivors and crew members tell a different story. They speak of a strange and unsettling presence on board, a feeling of unease that permeated the very air they breathed. Some even claim to have seen the sarcophagus being loaded onto the ship, its ornate carvings hinting at the ancient secrets it held within. Could this mummy, ripped from its resting place and carried across the ocean, have brought a curse upon the Titanic? The tale of the Unlucky Mummy is a chilling one, adding a supernatural element to the already tragic story of the Titanic. Whether true or simply a product of overactive imaginations, the legend persists, a testament to the power of stories and the enduring allure of the unknown. Chapter 4. As the Titanic prepared to set sail, a palpable air of excitement and anticipation filled the air. Yet amidst the jubilant crowds, there were some who harbored a sense of unease, a premonition of impending doom that led them to make a life-altering decision. These passengers, approximately 50 in number, canceled their tickets at the last minute, forfeiting their fare and their place on the ship of dreams. Their reasons varied: sudden illnesses, family emergencies, or simply an inexplicable feeling of dread that they couldn't shake off. One such passenger, a wealthy businessman named George Vanderbilt, canceled his trip after his wife experienced a series of vivid nightmares about the ship sinking. Another, a prominent journalist, backed out after receiving an urgent telegram warning him of a terrible disaster at sea. These stories, while anecdotal, paint a picture of a collective unease, a sense that something was amiss. Could these passengers have been privy to a premonition, a glimpse into the future that saved their lives? Whatever the reason for their cancellations, these individuals were united by a stroke of luck, a twist of fate that spared them from the tragic fate that awaited so many others on that fateful night. Their stories serve as a chilling reminder of the fragility of life and the unpredictable nature of destiny. In the annals of maritime history, the importance of vigilance cannot be overstated. For the Titanic, this vigilance was tragically compromised by a seemingly small but ultimately significant oversight: a missing set of binoculars. These binoculars, stored in a locker on the ship's bridge, were the responsibility of Second Officer David Blair. However, Blair was reassigned to another ship just days before the Titanic's departure, and in the haste of the crew change, he neglected to hand over the key to the locker. As a result, the lookouts stationed in the crow's nest, tasked with scanning the horizon for hazards, were left without this crucial tool. They had to rely solely on their naked eyes, their vision limited by the darkness and the vastness of the ocean. Had the binoculars been available, the lookouts might have spotted the iceberg in time to alter the ship's course and avert disaster. The missing binoculars, a seemingly insignificant detail, became a cruel twist of fate, highlighting the importance of even the smallest details in the face of potential danger. The story of the locked binoculars serves as a stark reminder that even the most advanced technology is useless without the human element, and that even the smallest oversights can have catastrophic consequences. The Titanic, a marvel of engineering and a symbol of human ambition, was also a vessel driven by a desire for speed and glory. Captain Edward Smith, a seasoned mariner with a reputation for pushing the limits, was at the helm of this magnificent ship. As the Titanic steamed across the Atlantic, whispers of a race circulated among the crew. The goal to beat the transatlantic speed record set by the Titanic's sister ship, the Olympic. Driven by a desire to make history and perhaps fueled by a sense of competition, Captain Smith maintained a high speed, even as the ship entered the treacherous waters of the North Atlantic, known for its icy conditions. The Titanic's high speed, while exhilarating, proved to be a fatal error. It reduced the time available to react to hazards, such as icebergs, and increased the force of impact in the event of a collision. Some argue that Captain Smith's decision to maintain such a high speed was reckless, a gamble that ultimately cost hundreds of lives. Others maintain that he was simply following standard practice at the time, when the dangers of icebergs were not fully understood. Regardless of the reasons behind it, the Titanic's speed on that fateful night remains a point of contention, a reminder of the delicate balance between ambition and safety. The Titanic, hailed as the unsinkable ship, was equipped with the latest safety features, including watertight compartments and a double-bottom hull. However, one crucial aspect of safety was tragically overlooked: lifeboats. The Titanic carried only enough lifeboats to accommodate a little over half of its passengers and crew. This oversight was due in part to outdated maritime regulations, which based lifeboat capacity on a ship's gross tonnage rather than the number of people on board. As the icy waters of the North Atlantic engulfed the Titanic, the horrifying reality of the lifeboat shortage became all too clear. Panic ensued as passengers and crew scrambled for a place on the limited number of lifeboats, many of which were lowered into the water only partially full. The images of the Titanic sinking beneath the waves with hundreds of souls left stranded on its deck are etched into our collective memory, a stark reminder of the human cost of this tragedy. The insufficient number of lifeboats on the Titanic stands as a chilling testament to the importance of adequate safety measures, regardless of how advanced or unsinkable a vessel may seem. It is a lesson learned in the most tragic of circumstances, a reminder that human life should always be paramount. So, was the Titanic truly cursed? Or was its tragic fate simply the result of a series of unfortunate events, compounded by human error and a touch of hubris? The answer, like the wreckage of the Titanic itself, lies buried beneath the waves, shrouded in mystery and speculation. What we are left with are stories, legends, and a profound sense of loss for the lives lost on that fateful night. The Titanic serves as a timeless reminder of the power of nature, the fragility of human life, and the importance of vigilance, preparedness, and respect for the sea. May we never forget the lessons learned from this tragedy.